Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream, and today we're going to be testing Eagle 3. Now, the Eagles have been through a lot. We got Eagle 2, which was a tinier version. Now we got Eagle 3. And I don't know where Eagle 1 is, but it's just one big rocket. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and launch this, so we need support for structural. So we need 4 structural. The structural is going to be last. So we already got everything else sorted out. Let's go ahead and press F9. There we go. So we can see chat as we go on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these engines ready. We're bending. Alright. We gotta revert back to vehicle assembly. We got to switch these. So rockets first. Launch. Alright. We're gonna go ahead. And here goes nothing. So literally we're not doing anything except for trying to get up far with our rocket boosters. So let's bit off. We'll try to even this out as we go on, because we're facing this way, but we're going that way, so it will even out eventually. Javidia, I don't even know his name. We'll try to even it out. So throttle to the max. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go over to the east a little bit. Not much. Not much at all. Need to do at least as much to get past 70,000 meters up in the air with our wave boost. So that should take this whole fuel tank to do that. Probably need a better way instead of solid rocket boosters or solid fuel boosters. Solid rocket boosters, I'd have to say. Yeah. Instead of those, we're probably gonna have to whatever, I don't. Alright, so that's 31,000 meters. So we're gonna have to break up. We're gonna have to use some of our fuel from here to try to orbit. So no, we might not, because we can get to 70. I might be able to use some of this fuel. 64, 65, 67, 70, 71. Alright. We can do that, we can do that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and decouple this. And we're gonna go ahead and go prograde. So we can go ahead and level this out. Also, by the way, this really have anything interesting in it. Alright. So we're going to be reaching the Oasis. It's been about 3 minutes. It's been about almost 4 minutes trying to get up into space just by using the SRBs and the SRBs. That's solid rocket fuel. That's what they named that. And alright, I don't know all the names, but whatever. Wapus, Populus, and we're gonna get ready to ignite our engine. Ignite. I think we might be able to deploy the protective shells for this. We got solar panels, and we got 2 crew hangouts and 1 operation or pod to where we can land back. And these 2 would just crash down as we go on. Now, my next focus after we get into orbit like at least 5 times in my whole lifetime of playing this game, we're gonna go ahead and get outside of the solar system. At least try to, by opening up Apophis and igniting all of our fuel to get out. But I don't know how to do that yet. So I only have enough fuel to get to orbit, barely, with this rocket design, and to get back with just a tiny bit of fuel. I think we probably needed to get a little bit more further. This will do, hopefully. We're igniting all of our fuel at once too, and if not, we can just go ahead. We need to get to at least down to there, because that's the amount of fuel that requires to get back. Well, it doesn't actually require much. The Oasis is now 61,000. This is risky because we're on fire. Oh, crap. We're getting into the thin atmosphere, so we're getting ready to orbit. We can orbit just a second. Alright, come on. Need to have this at 60 some. Well, we don't have to make a complete orbit. Let's just. Ooh. Okay. That should be enough, and we're to save. Just gonna save that till later. Are we gonna even have enough fuel to get over there to the Oasis? We will. We're just going through a very hard moment right now, so we're gonna just go ahead, prograde. Oh, jeez. Everything is burnt. Everything's about. Hello, how are you doing? Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get to the Oasis, and we don't have enough fuel to try to orbit. Even if we did, well, we do have enough fuel to orbit, but we don't have enough fuel to get back home, and we need these Kerbals back home. So I'm gonna start doing unmanned missions. I'll go ahead and deploy all of these solar panels here along the Eagle 3, I believe. And let's go ahead and start. Solar enough to go ahead and do 50 times 50 time And the sun should be just around this corner right here. Oh no, it's, yep, right here. And we're going 1 times. Solar panels are adjusting as we go, so that's pretty good. F9. Alright. So, get to the Oasis, and we're gonna retrograde. So let's go ahead and turn retrograde right now. And we're going to completely spend the last of our fuel pushing backwards on orbit, which should end us up somewhere on Earth. So Oasis is closing anyways. We will just go. We don't even need to spend any more of our fuel, but we just want to land sooner. So, and plus we don't even need the fuel to land anyway. So we can collect enough science. Well, we could have if we was in science mode. But let's go ahead, add maneuver, retrograde, and yeah, you can actually retrograde enough to go back into orbit if you had enough fuel. If you had enough fuel, that'd be equivalent to the whole solid, like all of the stages that we had. So that would not be very efficient. Well, we can give it a go. Getting ready. Eagle 3 is getting ready to come back, so what we're just going to do is we're going to decouple this as soon as we get back into the atmosphere, or once the direct trajectory is in the atmosphere. I've had all these pilots in the cockpit the entire time. We should have actually let them just sit freely in here, but you know, we need them. And as soon as we hit this right here, sending in all of our fuel. So the fuel that we have left is going backwards, and we're gonna just go ahead and decouple this. Don't need it no more, and we're facing retrograde. So as you can see, we're going to land somewhere. I'd say we're gonna land somewhere in right over here. So in this big circle that I'm drawing out with my cursor, we're gonna land somewhere in this big circle. So most of that is ocean, so I'm gonna go ahead and again decouple spacecraft. And we're gonna space retrograde and times 100. Alright, retrograde, and we're gonna start hitting the heat of, well, not the heat necessary, it's like, it is the air, it's going so fast up against it, it's creating friction, making the heat go off around it. But this heat shield right here is here to protect us basically. And it looks like we're going to be landing either in very shallow waters or on land, and we don't know yet because that's the little patch of land that we're going to be close to. Go ahead and detoggle SAS. Alright. It looks like we might land in the ocean. No? It looks like, yeah, we're landing in the ocean. No chance that we're landing over here. Like I said, we're landing in this big circle right there on Earth. And we got right in the middle of it. They're gonna deploy the parachute when we are... Dang, we're going sonic speed now. Well, not really, that's just the air. Here we go. If we were to land over at that mountain, we'd be dead. If we were to land over there, we'd be dead by now. 'Cause the sea level, not where you're landing level, because it can change. Eagle 3's third mission was a failure. The first one was a success, believe it or not. Second one was a failure because the Kerbals died up in space, and the third one, we didn't quite orbit it. We did, but if we were to orbit it one more time, we would crash land. So we just wanted to be prepared for it. And let's recover. So that is Eagle 3. We're gonna go ahead and go to the spaceplane hangar because I'm gonna get a mallard. Oh dang! Let's launch this thing. I don't even know what half these ships are, so. Alright, we're getting ready to. Two engines are going. Bill Kerman, Bob Kerman, and others are on the cockpit. And we're gonna lift off. Oh, crap. Alright. SAS. Alright, so we're still ascending. It's cargo bay. Why would there be... Where's the fuel? Cargo ramp, cargo bay. Is that the fuel? Yep, alright. We're going back. Crap. Dude, this sucks. Alright. Smooth flying on. Let's turn it off right now. Why? You know what? We're gonna load this. The only reason why we're loading this is because we hilarious. What's that? What is that first? I want to know what that is. Is that a pod or is that a satellite? No, not necessarily. Is that a... What is that? Oh, a narrowband stinger. Anyways, what is this? Anyways, what we're gonna do... We need to learn how this works. Six. Alright. We're gonna revert the flight. To Space Center. We're gonna go to the vehicle assembly and we're gonna build Eagle 4 or Eagle 5, Eagle V actually. Eagle 4, we're just gonna build the base of it right now. Eagle V will be basically, so we're gonna have a fuel tank here, or we're gonna have a heat shield. Of course we're gonna have a heat shield, like that's not even okay. 0.62 there. Anyways, we're gonna have a decoupler right here, so we're gonna have decoupler here. Okay. We're gonna have a payload here. Literally. It's gonna be the payload so far. Fuel tanks we're gonna have one there, one there, one there. We're gonna have a decoupler here. And we're gonna have fuel tank here, 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 and have a liquid. Actually, we're gonna have another tank here. And we're gonna have a liquid fuel tank. We're gonna have the swivel tank. And right here, we're gonna have the Terrier tank. And after all of this is built right here, I have a communication on the side of the rocket. Yeah, we're gonna have it. Well, we don't need it on. Coupler. Okay, right here. We're gonna have a TT, whatever this is, and we're gonna have it 3 because we're gonna have 3 main engines, or 3 main solid rocket boosters, powering us up through the atmosphere. So it's pretty good. And we're gonna have a engine, 2 thumpers. We still probably need these. And we're gonna get a aerodynamic structure, and we're gonna have fins on each side. Aerodynamic and winglets. So goes right in the middle of each of them. And this is Eagle V. I'm gonna go ahead and test it real quick with our. Oh, there's no. It's. Oh, come on. Alright, good. Alright, good. So this is just a test to make sure that the rocket works good. So that shall decouple. That engine will fire. Go ahead and turn our throttle all the way up. That engine will fire, decouple, fire right there, decouple, and finally have that launch. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn our SAS on and fire. The engine should have fires now, and ignited, and we're going pretty fast, so let's see how high this can go. It's very wobbly. This is very, very wobbly. Very. We're catching up to the thin atmosphere. So it's gonna start burning. That's why we have that payload thing, the fairing right there. Go ahead and suppress some of that. It's gonna have a harder time carrying heavier loads too, so we gotta make sure. Oh, it's bending. It's bending. It's too tall. And we're burning. Fire. Fire the engines, and we're gonna go ahead. Come on. No, we're just gonna go for the prograde. Or stability assess. This is gonna be a very powerful rocket, too. Just to launch Sputnik up in the air. Dude, we can get this thing in orbit. Alright. Let's try to get this thing in orbit. Eagle V can get up into orbit very, very well. Never would have expected that my whole entire life. And prograde. Prograde. Just trying the best. Can't succeed. This is gonna be satellite. It's gonna be first satellite that's ever gonna be launched into this orbit. Well, there has been, but it's manned, so we had to return them back home. So let's go ahead and cannot control this for some reason. I don't know why. We're not even facing to where we're supposed to be going. And prograde. Trying our best. Come on. 10 times time. And it's the Oasis, which we could try to, but I don't know how we're supposed to. Yes, crap that. Dude, we're still going. What in the world? We can't orbit. We're gonna try to, though. Once we hit the Oasis, we're gonna just go ahead and orbit. Try to, at least. Can we orbit? No, we're just taking the Oasis line bigger. See how far we can get this thing, though. That's my question. How far can we get this thing before it just doesn't? We're gonna go ahead and deploy the payloads. Building our satellite. Yeah, that's gonna get pretty far. And we still have another engine left. Or have another decoupler left. We need to just put a pod up here instead of... Still firing at full throttle. How? Trust where this is going. Full. We can go to the moon if we wanted to with this thing. One, two, three. Same amount of fuel tanks and everything. There we go. Alright. About 8 minutes. And we're still going up. And that's Earth. Right, or Kerbin. Whatever, I don't know. Let's start going straight up at this point. And we're only halfway, so let's just make that just tiny halfway a bit smaller. Yeah, just make that half as big. Make about that big when we get to the highest point. The highest point is right now 800,000 meters. 900,000. So we're still going, and we've not even burned out half of our fuel left yet. Literally, we've reached 1 million right now. So hibernation control from here, rename vessel or Kerbinet. Apoapsis is going in. We could actually orbit from here. That's how powerful. Like we could just and go back home. That's how that's how much fuel we have left and how powerful this is. I think it's because this is so lightweight, but I'm not sure. This is already reaching 2 million. Great. Not even burned half the fuel yet. And it's still continuing. It's gonna reach 100 million before we even run out. thousands of... We do want to come home, so once it reaches... Oh, it's Minmus. It's on the other side. We're heading away at our highest trajectory. We can actually go to Minmus. We can actually see it. Alright. And we're lowering. We're not... Even though we've not even burned half of our fuel yet, we're still... Some heat shield. And we're gonna go ahead and do times 100. I don't even think it's enough. Do it times 1,000, just by Earth. Probably won't even be able to see Earth anymore. That it? Recording. Reach past the orbit. Oh my gosh. Moon's crossed our path. See that. Keep going. Alright, so it's been about 11 days. Oh crap. No! Satellite's gonna be destroyed from re-entering. And there it goes. Alright. So we can't do anything yet except for hibernation. Literally can't do anything else. Oh, is that why? Because we didn't have electricity? We need to put solar panels on each side of it. What's that? So we can't even command it anymore. That's why. Because we didn't have electricity. Vert to launch. Okay, so it did go well. See, now we have electric charge, okay? But we didn't. So we're gonna have to do like something like a battery pack or something, because vehicle assembly. Now we're gonna have to have probably a solar panel on each side spacecraft. So which way is probably symmetrical? I'd say is probably right here. That's two, whatever, I don't know. Electrical. We just place them all around the whole entire spaceship. Place one right there. And we place another right here. And all the energy will flow towards wherever, I don't know. So now if we check, if we go ahead and deploy the fairing, I'm pretty sure it won't be losing fuel since we got energy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna launch. Well, butterfly to launch. All the energy will flow upwards, meaning just go ahead. Stop! Get off! I'm trying to do it live. Stop! What are you putting your hands in? Ice? Did you put your feet in it? Oh my gosh, Chloe! You're gonna have to get your legs in it next time. Oh, what? You're an idiot. Alright, here we go. 3, 2,
Nobody cares about your lives.
1. Why can't I do that?
What is this? My feet or my hands? Eli,
That's your feet.
what is this?
Feet.
What is this?
Your feet.
You can't feel.
Alright,
What is this?
your feet.
What is this?
Your hand.
What is this?
Your foot.
What is this?
Your hand.
Well, look.
Get off of me.
Eli, what is this?
No, I'm not doing this anymore. It's your foot.
Eli, stop.
Get out of my room, please. It's your foot. Please get out of my room. I'm not interested.
What is this? What is that?
What is what? I don't know.
Tell me. Put her hand. Eli, shut the.
Get off, please. I'm begging you. Does this even have any power? Yeah, so we should be. Is it not doing it? How do I make it go pro grade? Do I have to give it fuel? Oh, great. Chloe, get out of my room.